Welcome back, sweeties. So today, this video is long overdue. I'm doing another cake sickle video, and I know my voice sounds a little blah. With the weather changing, my voice has just been acting up. So today, we are doing a cake sickle video, and I'm doing the dip method, and I actually really like it better than putting the chocolate in the mold. I like actually dipping it in the chocolate, and to me I just like it. It has a cleaner look. The way the chocolate just shapes around the cake, I really like it. So this that I'm using is Sweet Tooth Fairy. That's normally the only candy melt that I ever use. And the white stuff that you see in there is vegetable shortening. So the mold I think I got it off Amazon. And the cake that I'm using is a funfetti cake. Now, the way I get my dough like this, I'm still in the process of perfecting it. But what I normally do is I take it out of the oven and I put it directly into my mixer. And maybe it's saying like my cakes are a little dry, but that's why they're crumbly like that. I needed a little bit more frosting or a little bit more buttercream to help it really get that Play-Doh texture. So once I get that right, then I can try and upload a video and show you guys like how your cake pop dough should look. And I also, you'll see, like, I tried to do it this way, like by sticking the popsicle sticks in there, but it doesn't really work that well. So that's why I took them all out. And I put the cake, and then you'll see I insert the stick into the little hole, and then I add a little bit of chocolate just as like some adhesive so it can stick to the cake that I'm gonna put around it. Another thing is your popsicle sticks, you want to make sure that they're food grade popsicle sticks and not just regular craft sticks, because you just never know what they were around in production, and you don't want it to be fatal. So now I'm just shaping the cake into the mold. Zaddy's playing with her toys right now. Are you playing? And I kind of around it underneath, I'm shaping it into the shape because in my opinion that helped. So I also, like I said, I think I should have added a little bit of frosting to my dough just to make it I guess a little bit more stickier. Like when I put it in a ball, it is sticky, but you don't want it to crumble also. You want it to kind of stay in its place and hold its shape. And it does, but it doesn't. So I figured that out when I made some red velvet cake pops and CAKESICLES. So I figured out what I did wrong. And now, after I get the cake pop, I don't like to fill them too much. And I still have to figure out like how to really get the shape. This was my first time doing the dip method, so just getting it even and a clean look, even though you're not gonna see the cake, but and that's how I want to get it. And I used the gloves for this time because I don't like the cake getting underneath my fingernails, and I thought it would look better. And the chocolate, because when you dip it, then your fingers get the chocolate on there because you have to really dip it in there. Those popsicle sticks that I'm using, I got from Michael's in their baking section. And I also got the candy melts from Michael's, the Sweet Tooth Fairy ones. And that's how I got that pink color. That it actually comes like that. It's actually really I really like that candy melt. The other thing I think I said it in the last video also, of the meltables that I'm actually preferring. I can't pronounce it, but I will link it. Those don't have a smell, and I really like it that way. The candy melts to me kind of leave a little bit of a smell. But, so I just took my CAKESICLES out of the freezer, and now it took me a minute to really figure out like whether to dip them. So the first one I'm doing is, you'll see I dipped it basically right after I took it out of the mold, which is right out of the freezer, when instead I should have waited a little bit longer to give it some time to not really get to room temperature, but to not be so cold, because as you will see, when I dip them, the chocolate doesn't come off as fast because it's so cold and it's drying immediately. So I waited, the other three, I waited a little bit longer to dip them, and then you'll be like, oh, I see the difference. You'll see how thick the chocolate is on the first one because it's so cold, and it really didn't, it was basically not freezing, but drying right there. Another thing I recommend, which you'll see that I do, I place them on my wax paper, and then I pick them up and place them again. And you can see like there's also a big crack right there because it was freezing so fast. So you'll see I dip it all the way in there, and then I'll place it down, and I pick it up, and then I move it. Because to me, it like helps with the back, because a little bit of it's still going to come off, of the candy melt is still going to come off. But when you move it, you're getting that excess already off, so it doesn't look as bad. And you'll see it doesn't look as thick as the first one that I did. So I like that. Hi, baby. And I didn't explain this. The reason that my cake is like a greenish color is because, like I said, I did a funfetti cake. And when you mix the funfetti with the sprinkles in the mixer, that's the color that it came out. I did not intentionally make that color. I didn't know. So I think next time if I do funfetti, I will do just the cake without the sprinkles. And then once I take it out of the mixer, once the mixing process of my cake pop dough is done, then I'll add the sprinkles so it doesn't get that like greenish color. I really don't even know what that color is, but it could be seen as not appealing. So, and I actually didn't have any problems with my cake not sticking or my sticks falling out, and I think it's because I added the chocolate in between as that adhesive. And I kind of like to dip a little bit underneath the CAKESICLE because to me, I just really like that look. So that's just my opinion. If you don't, you can stop it immediately at where your cake ends. And my chocolate was a really good consistency, so I loved how it came off. And like I said, how the chocolate literally just molds around the cake. I just love that look. To me, it's just aesthetically pleasing. And I don't know why I haven't been doing it like that, but I really thought it looked amazing. So now we're on to the design. And I just put the candy melt that I had. Oh, you'll see the crack and how thick it is. I wish I would have cut it so you could see it. But I just put some candy melt in a piping bag. And I just wanted to do some different designs because I was actually doing this as a practice run. And I just wanted to see how the dip method would go. And this was right before Valentine's Day also. So I just wanted to see some stuff. And also, I wish I would have, you'll see me do two. I redid it because my, my candy melt actually had dried and the sprinkles weren't sticking. So I was like, oh, let me redo it. But luckily my chocolate was still a little, the temperature was good, so I didn't have a problem there. And I just redid it, and the sprinkles, I believe I got those from Home Goods. The other ones, those are Betty Crocker ones, and I got those from Walmart. And the edible glitter, I linked that in one of my previous videos. It is Wilton's edible glitter. I haven't found, I've seen another pretty good one is Bakley's glitter. I have not given it a try yet, but that should be my next purchase because I hear it's good and it's FDA approved. So this one, the thick one, I really wasn't going to do a design on it because I was like, ew, it's not good. But you always learn from your mistakes. And I was like, you know, what the heck? It was right before Valentine's Day. Let's just do a cute little heart on it. And I've never done a heart on a cakesicle, so it was pretty exciting. And then I put some red sparkling sugar, sanding sugar around it. And I thought it looked so cute. So I was actually really glad that I did it because it was practice. These are the finished ones. Thank you guys for listening. Again, I apologize for my voice. I know it sounds like I'm straining. And have a great day, guys.